Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Saga and today we will be taking a look at Moala, who is known to be one of the most used as a support term while still maintaining true damage without any points in aggressive TVs. If you want to see this term in action before deciding to play it or not, feel free to tune in with us on my Twitch. We do a lot of PvP matches and Moala is in most of my teams. With that being said, let's start learning some stuff about Moala. It has been equipped with two unique traits that proc only once per match, but their impact is pretty significant. Let's take a look. First trait we have is Hypnotist. Once per battle, when entering the battlefield, rivals get asleep for one turn. This is an excellent trait if you want to set up Madness buff on Magmat Valash and want a free turn. You bring him in and it will proc the sleep on the enemy team. Make sure they do not have Sentinel trait, terms like Molgu or Rakash on field, or you will waste your trait. Second trait we have is Haka. Once per battle, when entering the battlefield, the ally gets plus attack and plus special attack. This is commonly used by almost all the aggressive teams and is also the most commonly used trait as it always gets the value as the buffs are applied on your side by your choice, whether it is turn 1 or later. I will definitely recommend Haka if you are just starting with Moala as it is very easy to use. Let's take a look at the moveset. This can be very dependent on your usage, the team you're using it with, but there are two staple moves on this stem. Jinxed Whisper is your first staple move on Moala. Whenever you use this move, you will make your opponent go to sleep. The TVs you will invest in our spread will be enough to outspeed all two priorities in the game. So as long as your opponent clicked 2 priority and you clicked this 3 priority move, you will always go first and make them go to sleep. But remember, it will also overexert you. But the momentum you can gain from this on turn 1 is actually insane, especially in control or hyper aggro teams. Example, if you see a Hazard but no synergy around him, that means the Wastewater Lava Wave are both 2 priority moves, so your Jinxed Whisper will always go first, allowing your second temp a lot of space to buff up. Your second move is Depress. This is your bread and butter as Moala. It does 120 true damage, which is what we use to do damage most of games if you ever need to do damage. However, while being true damage, it is only one priority, so it will always go last. Only click this button if you are sure you will be able to land it. I did almost 80 ladder games and this is easily my least used move, but from time to time it helps a lot to do true damage on opponents with heavily buffed enemies. Third and fourth moves are optional, but here are some suggestions and what kind of team will they fit in. Third move is a slot which has to be utility too, so I will give you two options. Haitouchi is a good choice. It will make your opponent go to sleep but will not overexert you next turn. So you can Haitouchi one time, next turn Jinx Whisper another opponent time and be annoyance on the field while your second time is setting up. Next option you have is Purgation. This is used in a team where you're full aggro and require that plus attack or just need a doom removal in your team. Telekinetic Sharpnel can also be considered for a third move if you want to have mental coverage. But for this build, we will be investing 0 points in attack, so it will do minimal damage. We use Haitouchi, which I understand is also physical, but we use it only for the pure reason of sleep on opponent on that turn. Moving on to fourth move, I personally run Wake Up on this slot. With almost so many teams having Jinxed Whisper on them, it is almost common to have a temp next to your Moala sleeping while you get a turn. This is the easiest button you can click and win you games even while opponent doesn't predict that at all. This move is a plus priority. It will always go before all the moves, so it will wake up your partner temp and they will do what you clicked on them. I have won a lot of games with purely this one move catching people off guard, so I would definitely recommend it. One last suggestion would be Rush if you want. This is a star priority, which means it happens even before your opponent can swap. Which means if something is 1 HP and your opponent is trying to save it by swapping, you can secure kills. Since we do not go physical at all in this build, I would not recommend it too. Items I would recommend would be always bait or morale boosting whip. If your Shaolin is using bait, then this goes whip. And if this is whip, then Shaolin goes bait. Bait is usually whenever your partner temp gets attacked, it is instead diverted to you. It is really useful to set up your partner temps while soaking damage. Morale boosting whip basically boosts your partner's speed by +1 and deducts 35% stamina. It is a very useful support item. At the moment, I cannot think of a better item on this tem. If you find a better item for Moala, drop your suggestions in comments and I will be more than happy to try it out. Let's move on to the spread now. So coming to spread for Moala, regardless of Hypnotist or Haka, this is a spread I have tested on both traits and is usable and friendly for beginners. If you would like to tweak it, it would be a good starting point for it. We will be putting 498 points in HP for maximum bulk possible. Next up, we put 382 points in speed to get us to 233, which will help us outspeed all 2 priority moves in game as the breakpoint is 231. So normal people who won't see this guide will go 232, but since you're healed, you will be 233 and outspeed them as well. 57 points in defense and 62 points in special defense to round up our defenses. As I said, this build is still a work in progress by me. I want to fine tune it more only in the defense and HP part, as speed I believe is perfect. But I'm waiting for the early January patch to see how it works out. I will put updated spread in comments as soon as I work it out. For now, I have 80 plus ladder matches across both traits with this and it works flawlessly. Coming to allies and threats, Walash, Momo, Magmet loves a Moala whether it be Haka or Hypnotist, as it provides a lot of setup and burst potential. Coming to threats, keep it away from digitals and you should be fine. A few tips before we end would be, you have to know when to use Jinxed Whisper and when to use Haito Uchi, 2 priority versus 3 priority. Always use Jinxed Whisper in clutch situations when you need that 3 priority advantage, or you have to stop your opponent from doing a move that can shift momentum from your favor. Second tip is again around Jinxed Whisper, which is knowing when to use it. This time, as in you casting Jinxed Whisper, you have to press X and check manually if there is a mental term that can come in, as they are immune to a sleep status. If that happens, remember you overexert for next turn but they do not, and you are a sitting duck at that point with your Moala. Third tip is optional, but if you do use Moala with morale boosting whip, make sure to know status of your partner Temtem, as it will drain 35% of their stamina. So try not to make them OX, or else it might even cost you a game in some scenario. That will be my short take on Moala, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. More short guides are definitely coming up as we go into the new year. If you guys like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification button to get notified of new uploads. I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great time with your loved ones, and again, Happy New Year everyone, and stay safe.